once again very warm welcome in Lisanics for my lecture. In this video we are going to learn phrase structure rules. As you know, we have different lexical categories and functional categories, and in lexical categories we have noun, verbs, adjective and adverbs. The same way in functional categories we have prepositions, determiners and many other. Now we are moving towards one step ahead, that how different words are grouped together to form a sentence. We join different words to make different groups. Now question arises whether there are certain rules and regulations which enable us to form certain groups which are grammatically acceptable. For example, these are two groups. One is morning, in the, and second group is in the morning. This is acceptable and grammatically correct, but this group is grammatically incorrect. It means, rather, here question arises, we follow certain rules in order to form groups, or we don't follow any rule in order to form certain groups. The answer of this question is provided by Noam Chomsky in 1950. He is of the opinion that there is a set of rules and regulations which is present in the mind of every speaker, and those rules and regulations enable every speaker to form well-formed phrases and sentences. Well-formed. Morning, in the, this is not well-formed, this is ill-formed, grammatically incorrect. This is in the morning, on the table, right? So in the morning is grammatically acceptable group of words. So he gave the term generative grammar, generate. We generate certain group of words in the form of phrases, clauses and further in the form of sentences. And this set of rules is quite finite, limited number, small number, as I have written here, that the small set of rules means finite set of rules which is present in the mind of every speaker, and with the help of that finite set of rules, native speakers are able to form well-formed phrases, clauses and sentences. So those rules and regulations are also called as phrase structure rules. Set of rules which is present in the mind, which enables us to form well-formed phrases and sentences. Those rules are called as phrase structure rules, or we can also call as rewrite rules. Yes, rewrite rules. Now, every phrase means group of words. Every phrase is a projection of its head. In every phrase we have a head word. Head word means the most dominant word, the word which conveys content, and that head word gives us the name of the phrase and the grammatical function of the phrase. Except head word, other constituents are optional. Head word is obligatory part of every phrase, and that obligatory part is projected into phrase. So every phrase is the projection of its head. The name of the phrase and the grammatical function of the phrase is given on the basis of the head word. If the head word is noun, the phrase would be considered as noun phrase. If the head word is verb, the noun phrase would be considered as verb phrase. In the same way, adjective phrase, adverb phrase and many other phrases will be discussed in later classes. For example, here you see that this one, some tall boys. One thing is more important that you need to understand, that is quite different from traditional grammar. In traditional grammar we see that phrase is always group of words, but in modern grammar a single word, a head word, can serve as a phrase as its own. For example, if the head word is noun and there is no other optional part, there are no other constituents in that group. So the single head word will be labeled as a noun phrase if the head word is noun. For example, here we have boy. Boy is a noun. Rest of the words, tall and some, these are optional words. Head word is boy, and this head word will be projected into the name of the phrase and the function, grammatical function of the phrase. For example, this is noun and it may be labeled as noun phrase. And if we join this one, tall, this is adjective, and yes. Now this adjective and boy, this is the combination of two words. This is the group. In this group, head word is boys. So the label, the title of this phrase will be given as noun phrase. Next we see some. Some is determiner, right? And now the head word in these three words, some, tall, boys. Again, boy, noun is the head word. So again, label of the phrase will be given, name of the phrase will be given on the basis of the head word. So it would become as noun phrase. On the other hand, let me complete this tree diagram. This cricket, this is again noun and play is verb. Here we see that this group, cricket and play, in these two words, head word is play. So this head word will be projected into a phrase and it will become as a verb phrase. And now sentence is equal to verb phrase and noun phrase. Noun phrase plus verb phrase. This is a complete sentence. Sentence consists of noun phrase and this is verb phrase. So up till now we have tried to understand that in every phrase there is a head word and there may be some other optional parts, right? But the obligatory part, compulsory part is the head word, and head word is projected into the phrase. Head word gives the name of the phrase, head word gives the grammatical function of the phrase. Now we will discuss noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase. What are the constituents, optional constituents in noun phrase, and what is their particular order in the noun phrase? In the same way, in verb phrase, head word is verb, and what are different optional part, optional constituents, and what is their order?